All right, let's get into some serious conversation now, if that wasn't enough, because I know you know that one, right? When a quick catch-up call with your team turns into an entire TED Talk, or even when you have lots of people just arguing over one type of font to be used on a presentation, or you circling back one too many times. Yes, we all need a dip out moment, of course, with OUMA RUSKS, and I brought in the perfect person to do exactly that with me today. So Candice Manuel, come and join me for this goodness right now as we hashtag dip out with OUMA. And yes, I came prepared. I don't know how many rusks is too much rust, but I've got 4 for us to enjoy as we get into this goodness. Because just imagine, camera off, mic muted, rusk in hand, because those little moments definitely deserve just a little reward, which brings us to this week's competition question. Now, when that online meeting could have just been an email, how do you hashtag dip out for an early exit with OUMA? Tell us on our social media using that hashtag dip out with OUMA, and you could win 2,000 Rand cash and a winter hamper full of your favorite OUMA treats, because even your sneaky snack breaks should definitely come with some perks. So I got to put it to you, Candice. You know those meetings, man, and those online times, we got used to it. You mentioned COVID during the COVID period, but I feel like they didn't quite stop.
You know, it's one of those things where you also just adapt at this point.
This is true.
We fully enjoying the hybrid though, like with weather like this, and being able to work from home. It's like it's still working in our favor. So yeah, dipping out is one of those things. I need to mention this. OUMA RUSKS has always been a part of our family, and I always felt like as a kid I couldn't eat it because it was only for my OUMA. So I feel very privileged that I'm at the point where I can eat it myself now.
And let me know, she is not an OUMA. She is a young, beautiful mom. Okay, and yes, equally deserving. All right, so if you're in bed right now and you're trying to dip out because the nap is calling, but obviously you have deadlines waiting, or it's just a meeting that literally could have been an email, do you have any like creative dip out moments where you're like, I'm frozen, actually, let me exit here because they think that my Wi-Fi is not working?
Is my boss watching?
No, they're not.
You know, it's one of those things where I feel like it's self-care in itself as well. We focus on self-care in the sense of going to the spa or taking time, but just dipping out for like a OUMA RUSKS is also one of those things.
I love that.
So I have it set out in my diary where if I know it's going to be too hectic, I mean, I have a toddler, I place time in my own diary and I say like focus time where you can just step out and actually focus. You can't, I think there's a misconception where when you're working from home that you're actually expected to be available all the time. Whereas if you're in office, it's completely different. So I've decided to put in those types of focus times for myself to just remember till it's like, oh, get up, walk.
Sometimes our watches tell us too, like you've been sitting for too long, get moving. And they vibrate on your arm as a threat as well. That's beautiful. So you block out time essentially to remind yourself to take a moment.
Not most of the day, though.
Between us, don't worry, it's between us. Boss, she's doing her work, okay? Oh, that's beautiful. So you've never intentionally tried to get out of meeting, because I've heard some creative ways. Somebody was just telling me now that they change their name to Reconnecting and change their background so that people think that they're not actually there.
No, I think I'll fail miserably at that.
You'll just be giggling in the background.
Or like twitching while I'm trying to focus.
Okay, no, we're not skipping out on meetings, but I love your advice, Candice. Take a moment out of your day to have this moment right here. In fact, I think we can. Please, not an OUMA, grab the rusk and enjoy. It is for everybody, but what you have to do, we've got to cheers it. We've got to cheers the dipping out, and then how many dips do you do?
Oh, I try to do just one. I don't like it.
You do one dip?
Yeah.
I
still like the crunch.
Girl, you're like, my teeth are good. Okay, I can eat this. I do about 5 dips so that it can be soft. But then what happens is you still get stuff at the bottom of, you know what I'm saying? Okay.
That's the part that freaks me out a bit.
You and me both. I think 5 is the perfect amount. Let's try it out.
One dip works.
One dip. A one dip wonder. I like the OG flavor. I'm so here for it. But I know that OUMA has experimented with so many delicious avenues to enjoy your dip out moments. But listen, Expresso fam, get your entries in before Monday, the 30th of June. And don't forget to hashtag dip out with OUMA in your answer. Now, T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. Dip, post, win. It really is that easy. Cheers to you. Yum. Dip out with OUMA this winter. Tasty, filling, and oh so satisfying. The ultimate winter snack.